Welcome to the Home Design Mentor channel. I'm California architect Steve Randel. This 1,600 square foot, 40-foot wide house plan can offer at least 18 different variations and fit on a narrow 50-foot wide lot that has 5-foot side setbacks. How is that possible? And is the smaller size suitable for 3 bedrooms? Keep watching to discover how a modest design can feel abundant and how flexible styles can save you money on house plan costs. Let's preview the floor plan, an annotated plan, a furnished version, and a reversed plan. We will break down square footage, create 3 alternate styles, give each style 3 color options, and look at street scenes using the alternate schemes. We will also look at a 3-dimensional CAD model to better understand the structure. Later, I'll show you how to access a CAD file of this floor plan so you can use it yourself. Think of it as open source. There are many similar floor plans that are 40 feet wide with 2 secondary bedrooms off a central axis, but this plan arranges spaces carefully to maximize room size and storage while being efficient. With the average American home getting larger, fitting a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house into 1,600 square feet might seem challenging. In today's session, you'll see how this floor plan for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage house can offer alternate designs with slight changes. The efficient arrangement makes it live larger than other plans of the same size. If you use the metric system, check the link in the video description for a conversion calculator to translate the imperial dimensions mentioned in this session. Let's consider the average home size in North America. According to U.S. Census data, the average household size is 2.5 people. Since houses built today average 2,400 square feet, that equals about 1,000 square feet per person. Since half of a person isn't real, we'll assume the average house has 2 adults and 1 child, 1 adult and 2 children, or 2 adults and an older child who moved back home. 3 people in 2,400 square feet equals 800 square feet per person. Of course, our demographics are more complicated. More singles live in homes now than ever before. Smaller households likely mean that a single person, newlyweds, or retirees would find 1,600 square feet very spacious. The goal for better home design is that each person requires less space, which equals less housing expense. Can you spot the trick that makes this design's entrance more welcoming? We only have 40 feet in width to work with, and half of that is taken up by the garage. Often, you'll see garages pushed forward, making the parking area the main focus. In this design, the garage door is set back 4 feet from the front of the house. Bedroom 3 has a window facing the street, and the entrance porch is to the left of the building's center. Lining up with that bedroom, you see the gable roof over the bedroom and reach the entrance porch before the garage door. This small change makes the design feel nicer and friendlier. You want your house to feel friendly, so you have friends, right? Once you enter the home, a 4-foot wide gallery with a skylight acts as a central axis for the layout. Let's talk about how much room each person needs. Look at bedrooms 2 and 3 and bath 2. Is there enough area for kids or guests? The secondary bedrooms and bathroom together are 428 square feet. While that's not 800 square feet per person, there's still plenty of room to live comfortably. The bedrooms are the same size and have equal closet space. They can fit queen or full-size beds, a dresser, and even a small desk. A key trick is to ensure that these small bedrooms are at least 11 feet in either direction. This way, there's enough space for beds to be placed opposite a dresser. Kids need at least 5 feet of closet length. In this design, the closets in each bedroom are almost 8 feet long and having sliding doors to keep them out of the way. When you add up the space of these bedrooms and the living areas, it's over 1,000 square feet. This means each person in a secondary bedroom shares at least 500 square feet in this layout. How much room does a primary suite need? If we're talking about millionaires, the sky's the limit. But for most of us, we need something more practical. This 448 square foot primary suite has everything you need in a simple layout. First, the bedroom is 16 feet 4 inches by 16 feet 9 inches, which is generous for a house of this size. The layout shows a California king-size bed with 2 large nightstands, plenty of room for a triple dresser, some chairs, a houseplant, and a chest of drawers. The bathroom has a 7-foot wide double vanity with a dressing area next to the walk-in closet, which is also 7 feet wide and a little over 7 feet deep. There's a fixed window between the sinks that lets in lots of daylight. The closet has a pocket door to save space. In the bath area, there is enough room for a 3-foot by 3-foot shower and a 5-foot long bathtub. An operable window makes the room feel airy, and the toilet is in a separate area for privacy. By designing the space with just enough room for these features and making the bedroom as large as possible, you get a much more appealing arrangement. I remember a college professor praising how I used natural light in a design course project. That compliment stuck with me. Natural light is crucial for making any building great. Everyone has been in cave-like hallways or rooms lacking daylight. Good window placement and skylights can really brighten things up. In this layout, the living room windows are on the back and side walls, letting in lots of light all day. I like having exterior windows in every room, but that's not always possible in smaller layouts. Some people don't like entering a long hallway like the gallery here, but with skylights and some extra width, this space can showcase artwork, photos, and small furnishings, making it a pleasant and unique passage. In the floor plan, you can see a small dashed rectangle showing a 2-foot by 4-foot skylight in the gallery. There's also a 2-foot by 2-foot skylight in the laundry room ceiling. I would add more skylights, but I'm keeping it simple to save money. Another trick I used is placing the sliding glass door to the back porch in line with the gallery. This way, when you enter the front door, the natural light from the back of the house draws you toward the living room. Is it an island or a continent? People still like having a big island in the center of the kitchen. This island is almost 9 feet long and 3.5 feet wide, which is big, but not too big. Be careful not to make it so big that cleaning it is a hassle because you have to reach too far to clean the countertop. This island has a sink and a dishwasher, and there's enough space on the living room side for 4 counter height bar stools. Remember, you can choose between counter height or bar stool height for your island. A counter height island is more flexible, but a bar height counter gives you a place for extra plugs and hides some of the kitchen mess. Next to the island, there's a space for a standard 36-inch wide refrigerator and a small pantry. There's also a 36-inch cooktop and a 30-inch wide wall oven near the living room. This kitchen is a good size for a smaller house, but is bigger than you usually find in similar-sized homes. You want rooms with personality. If the building design is plain, it won't be appealing, so you need architectural flair to give it character. Is this a mystery? Let's break down what this layout offers in the living and dining area. First, using a scissor truss for the roof over the living area can create a vaulted ceiling, adding 2 to 2.5 feet to the room's height. People like high ceilings because they make rooms feel more spacious and impressive. Since this design starts with a 9-foot ceiling, the highest point can reach over 11 feet. This makes the room feel more intriguing than one without a vaulted ceiling. Second, there is a fireplace centered on the outside wall of the room with small windows on each side. This balanced setup is perfect for adding custom details around the firebox, like a special mantle, hearth, and facing. Built-in shelves and media space can also make the fireplace wall more interesting. This end of the room becomes the main focus. Third, the opposite end of the space can have a dining table where a large sliding glass door leads to the covered back porch. The other big window lets in more light. Nice window coverings can add more character to this large living space. How much room does this 20-foot square garage have for cars? It's enough, but also not enough. Let me explain. A 20-foot wide and deep garage is plenty for today's average 14 to 17 foot long cars and SUVs. The forced air unit in this garage is tucked into a small alcove away from the cars. A wall-mounted on-demand water heater is compact and won't get in the way of moving around the vehicles. Adding a lot of storage cabinets in this garage would make it too crowded, which is why this design includes lots of interior closets. If you need a bit more garage space, you can easily extend the garage floor plan forward by 2 or even 4 feet. This extension doesn't change the structural design and roof configuration and is a simple alteration to the floor plan. However, this modest design is not intended to house large pickup trucks or 19-foot long classic cars. If you find this presentation helpful, click the like icon, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell to catch future content. While you look in the description, you will see a link to get a DWG CAD file that will offer a copy of this floor plan. It's funny how no matter where you live, the weather always seems to pick on your house. The entry points of a home are the transition from the great outdoors into your cozy space. If it's raining and your front door doesn't have a porch, water comes right in with you. Your wet umbrella and clothes drip onto the floor. We naturally want a space from outside to inside that offers a transition and lets us get ready to leave or come home. Porches, whether small or large, help with that process, giving you a buffer from the harsh weather. In this layout, except for the door on the side of the garage, the front door and the sliding glass door in the living room have large covered porches that provide plenty of transition space and protection from the elements. The space your house covers with its roof is called the building footprint. In the US, this measurement doesn't count the area under the eaves or include chimneys that stick out from the side of the building. Only what's within the walls or the porch perimeter. For example, this house covers 2,261.8 square feet. We can break down this footprint into exterior cover, non-conditioned, and conditioned square footage. The most important part is the 1,606 square feet of conditioned area, which is the livable space of the house and is what's listed in real estate sales and usually affects property taxes. To figure out how much square footage each person needs, let's break this down. 1 or 2 children or 2 guests will use the secondary bedroom area, which is 428 square feet. That gives each child 214 square feet of personal space. The primary bedroom area is 448 square feet. A couple would get 224 square feet each. With 730 square feet of living area for a 4-person household, that's 182 shared square feet per person. So each child lives in 396 square feet, while each adult lives in 410 square feet. Around 400 square feet per person is a reasonable and acceptable area for a modest house. Now, let's look at the exterior features of this house plan and see how many variations it can offer. We can take the front elevation and give it 3 styles: modern, craftsman, and Spanish. Then, we can offer 3 color schemes for each style: off-white, sage green, and stony tan. The last trick is to flip the house plan. So, one house plan with 3 styles, 3 color choices, and an optional reversed floor plan provides 18 unique houses. No 2 houses are identical because either the color is different, the layout is reversed, or the style changes. This means we can create a neighborhood with 18 distinctive houses, all from one excellent floor plan. Whether you wish to use this floor plan just as it is or you want something slightly different, nothing I've already mentioned will matter if you make the mistakes illustrated in this next video. Click on its trailer box that's on your screen now and learn more about home design secrets.